Zhongyi Pro is a one-of-a-kind traditional Chinese medicine (TCM) expert software. It allows diagnoses and offers treatments in a very precise, relevant and safe manner. But are traditional Chinese medicine and information technology compatible? How could this technological feat have been achieved? The answer is in this video. Hello, I'm Yves Donadini, creator and developer of the Zhongyi Pro software. We will see in this video the secrets of the creation of Zhongyi Pro. The software is composed of 5 major lists, which are the lists of patterns, symptoms, therapeutic actions, medicinals and finally acupuncture points. Acupuncture and pharmacopoeia formulas are just combinations of points or medicinals. There are many other lists, but we will stick to the previously mentioned ones to simplify this presentation. To be effective, Zhongyi Pro had to be comprehensive, consistent and compatible. Compatible, this means being in agreement with the Chinese TCM terms that are currently used around the world. That is to say, both in schools and in literature. I am thinking of the works of M. Sano, Maciocha, Flaws, Sturks, Marie, Auteroche, Bensky, etc. to only cite a sample of authors who are very well known in Western literature, but also of course all contemporary and classic Chinese works. Comprehensive, this means that it must contain all the therapeutic actions and patterns that can be found in contemporary literature, even the most rarely cited elements. Consistent, this means that all the elements of the software form a homogeneous whole. However, if you have already studied classical Chinese works, you must have noticed that the information from one source is sometimes difficult to compare with information from another one, especially if 1,000 years separate them. For example, certain therapeutic actions have slightly different names and are nevertheless the same. If you saw on our site the bibliography of the works we used as sources to feed the database of Zhongyi Pro, you probably noticed that hundreds of them are classical Chinese works. Thousands of data sets had to be compiled in order to make them compatible and consistent. At first, I had to choose official and recognized terms. We thus chose English-Chinese, Chinese-English Dictionary of Chinese Medicine by Nigel Wiseman, a world-renowned author and translator. Then, it was necessary to recover and sort thousands of pieces of data dispersed in hundreds of books, many written in Chinese. Most of the books could be retrieved digitally, the rest of them were digitized. But, have you ever tried to translate a classical text of traditional Chinese medicine using a regular translator such as Google Translate? Well, it gives you a lot of nonsense. Even a human interpreter, if they do not know traditional Chinese medicine, cannot correctly translate a classical Chinese medicine text. It was therefore necessary to create a translating system. I used the Chinese software Transwiz by OTech and created a special digital dictionary, made from the previously cited dictionary by Nigel Wiseman. The translations carried out by this system were completely coherent, ready to be sorted and to feed the initial database. I created a software robot that was charged to translate, sort and classify hundreds of thousands of pieces of data, which it did day and night for several months on a PC dedicated to this task only. The final formatting was done manually, which took several years. The final result, among other things, is hundreds of plants and points that can be compared to each other thanks to a very precise weighting of their therapeutic actions. It is also true for acupuncture and pharmacopoeia formulas. We can thus compare the formulas, points or plants with each other, but above all virtually discover the actions of any existing formula, from literature or trade, simply by entering it into the software, assuming that it does not already exist on there. Instantly, synergies, inconsistencies, and contraindications are highlighted. All known patterns can also be compared with each other thanks to the weighting of their associated symptoms, which allows for a very precise diagnosis. So here was a summary of what lies at the heart of Zhongyi Pro. This has been an overview of what the database is. The reality is more complex, but just like a driver in a car, you don't have to be a mechanic, let alone a manufacturer, to be able to move quickly from one point to another. Zhongyi Pro's whole achieves a very coherent and scalable system, which has nothing to do with anything that can already exist, whether it be in the form of literature, software or database. It allows you to be effective in every situation, always safely. In just a few sessions, you can refine your diagnoses or your formulas by modifying them as well as enjoy a rare therapeutic efficacy. Of course, these coherent and sorted lists, some could not be finalized until several years later, are protected by copyright with a specialized depository. They are used exclusively in this software. With Zhongyi Pro, you have the opportunity to use them for your own professional practice. I hope this video helped you better understand what Zhongyi Pro really is. Thank you for watching.